Now, first thing, we're going to select the link that was sent by the administrator to us. We do left click with the mouse, and then we will see the username and password fields. We introduce them and log in into the web UAT system, and we'll be able to see our processes. First thing we're going to see is the name processes on the top. We'll select it, and we'll select my processes just to check if there's a process allocated to us. There's nothing yet, so we are going to seek for our process we uploaded. We go to start processes, then most likely it's going to be at the end, and there it is, test the onboarding process. We select start process at the bottom right, and we'll see some context information that needs to be introduced. Is either a name that we have to introduce or multiple choice we can set, and in this case the context information includes the name of the candidate, if it is a temporary contract or permanent, and who was the person who introduced it to the company. Then we select a start new process. This is the very beginning of our onboarding process, when we decide that we like a candidate and we decide to offer a type of contract, either permanent or temporary. In this case, we have selected a temp. That means possibly I'm performance manager who is selecting it. Now, once we selected the work item, we can see there is a few tabs there. One of them is checklist, and in this case is verify the contact details of the candidate. We select that one. We have done that work, and then we complete it at the top, and we will see that now the fields of the process have been turned into blue, and we select the next step, which is a sub process. And this is process, we select again the first work item, and the two mandatory fields are already filled. We just select the checklist to tick the boxes of those work items that we should be already work on. We complete this task, and now we're going to select the answer of the applicant. In this case, David Cameron accepted our job offer, and we select the answer. Now it's completing. Once we selected we will see that the work item was still in green, so we have to close it so it turns into blue and move on into the next work item. We are going to do the similar process. In this case, there is only a context, a mandatory field that needs to be selected. The candidate was referred by a staff member, which was Peter Samras, and we complete it, and we introduce an email address of the friend who introduced it, and we let them know that it was accepted, and we complete this work item, and then we will close it once we have set the context. At the end, after this, there should be an automatic process, which is an email that is sent to the person who referred this candidate, just to let them know that we offer a temporary position for them. And here it is. Here it is, the email. In this case, I send it to myself. That's an automated process in this sub process, and then it moves automatically to the next work item, and we're going to do the same. We're going to say the context, then we are going to tick the box in the checklist we suppose already done, complete, and then click again on it and close it, and so on with every single work item. Is going to be that way until we complete this process, and it will be the same with the process. You can see now it's all in blue. We just close, and we move on into the next sub process in the process. We can see that we complete the first sub-process. Now we're going to the second sub-process. Now once this is selected, the new second process selected, sub-process selected, we can see again there is a first work item in green. It's the part of the trainers when they book a room and they prepare the induction. We still see that the context is again the name of the candidate or new starter. We'll see another checklist for which the trainer will be ticking every single box or every single item once he has achieved the first. Once he has achieved that part of the process, or once he has completed it, then he completes that work item, close it again, so he can move forward, and he moves into the next work items and so on. It's not a difference, a much difference in every single work item. I mean, it's a very smart way to work it out. Now we can see we even include some elements in the checklist, such as the process that we are introducing now. So our new agents or new starters can have in mind, or can bear in mind, that when they are joining EIMS, they have to focus in a process. It's all about processes. Now here it is a decision point, a transition point, in which we decide what type of training the agent is going to have. We decided that he's going to have a calling system training, and that calling system training obviously is another work item that has its own checklist of things that had to be done, including the band training, run the presentation, and so on. It shouldn't be asking us at this stage that for the type of training that they were going to have, but in this case, due to a bug that we have in the system, we have to select the answer before we reach the point that we have to take a decision. That's something that we are working on, and then we can move forward to another part, that is the test. Once a person has been trained in SFDC training or calling system, they have to pass a test. If they pass it the first time, then fantastic. If not, they have a second chance to pass it. If they don't pass it, then they have to leave, and they wouldn't get paid for the time that they have been training on. And then, as you can see, that David Cameron passed it, so he had his timesheet training. We completed that work item, and we are moving on to the following one. We have the last work items when the context doesn't change. It's the same name of the new started. Just fill in the paperwork and deliver it. That's what team leaders do. We close the work item, and we can see all the sub-process already complete. We close it, and then we will go back to my processes. Click again in the list of processes that we have assigned. Click on the process, and we will see that we have completed the second sub-process of this presentation. Now we are starting the third sub-process. In this case, we have done the left click with the mouse on it, and we can see that it's a very straightforward process with no transitions. and that has the same elements, the same context and checklists, then we need to pay attention into. We can see that we have to click to complete the work item. Then it takes us back to the work item. We select it again and we close it, so we can move on into the following work item. Just to let you know that this part of the process is a process that takes a sub-process that takes place at the time that the trainers or the induction trainers are giving their training. And this is part of the operations part in this onboarding process, which includes to put the details through in our WMS employee database, then send an email to Modrus to request login details for the new agents, includes to receive during the month some of the first two timesheets from the new starters and putting or logging in into the system, so they can appear by the time that finance needs to run the payroll. That is obviously for the ones who manage to pass the test and stay. There's no difference with other parts of the process or sub-process. Simple work item, context, checklist. We complete and then we close. We finish that part of the sub-process, select the process again, and we go to the last work item, which in this case I make it easy for finance. Has a context values that we save. The Cameron's attempt suggested by Peter Samrash is information that is important to finance, for finance to know, because either they are going to pay a commission to Peter, or they have to check on certain details such as a timesheet, personal documents of the new started, and then obviously do the part that they have to do in the payroll, and check the sage matches, QuickBooks, and so on. And these are part of the checklist that we are selecting at the moment. We complete that work item, and now we're going to close it to end our process. There it is. We close it, and all can see our process is full, is complete. Now we're going to close this process, and if I go to my processes, we will see that it's not there anymore. That means job is done. Fantastic, spot on. Hope you enjoy it. This is the end.